Hi, how you all doing? Yeah, I'm feeling really quite buzzed at the moment. Had an awesome day meeting some really good people. Had some great response from the post I put out this morning, which is great. A lot of you are really interested in making those changes or even just having a chat to see where life is leading and having another perspective. And that's what's been important to me in my life. When I try to work it all out myself, and especially when I try to do it up in here, it does my head in. So having somebody to listen, listen deeply, without the intent to reply, just to hold the space for you as you work it through yourself, and having somebody to maybe reflect back to you as an observer, to offer you a different perspective. Because when we're amongst it all, that can be really challenging. And if our life has been bowled over and all of that survival mechanism comes in. For many of us, we were working at a very thriving life, very productive life. And wow, what a change. Who would have known 3 years ago that the whole world would have gone through what it has? I know that we're in a challenging time, but for me and for others, it can be quite an exciting time. It's a time where we've been speaking about, the prophecies have all spoken about this time of metamorphic, transformational change. Shit, I hadn't thought it would be so metamorphic. But having come through it the last 2-3 years, where my life has been bowled over, it's allowed me to really reevaluate it and to look at the direction and the way I was heading in and the way I was perceiving things. And now as I pick myself up, dust myself off, it's going like, what the is this all happening, and where are we all heading? And if I try and look out in the future, I don't know. People are pointing to something. All I really do know is that I don't know. And that's a good place to start. I do know that I don't want it to continue, my life and everything that was going on and everything that's been happening. I really know in my heart that it is time for change. Now, I grew up in quite a challenging childhood and environment. And at one stage, there was a part of me that went, nah, no more. And so began a 40-year journey, an odyssey of looking for answers. And so I've worked and learnt from a wide range of teachings and people, from shamans and druids, learning NLP and life coaching. And I've picked up some useful tools which has helped me in these times when I have been bowled over, to pick myself up, dust myself off, go, what's that about? But I've learnt some useful tools. So that was a call to action on my previous post, is to offer that out. And thank you, Nats, for your comment today. That really touched me on my post, because it is important to me as I start to move back out into the world. There's so much noise and so much busyness going on there. So I've been asking, how can I do that with integrity? So, yeah, I haven't done marketing before or too much on social media. I'm just learning about showing up as being authentic and real, because I think that's what we're all looking for. Truth and honesty. And wow, what a ride it's been as I've been learning about marketing, and I've seen and learnt of ways to do it. And I've seen where the focus is on money and business. And I'm not negating that, because that is an important part about it. Making it sustainable, what I'm doing. But I want to do it I'm choosing to do it in a way that serves humanity rather than takes from it. And I've learnt about funnels and hooks and things like that. Yeah, that's a way to do it, and it's not so much the methodology, the method of doing that, it's the way that I'm doing it. So I'm reaching out and just being me and showing up and just offering. Because what helped me is, instead of, as I was bowled over, reverting back to some of the old coping mechanisms and alcohol and drugs and partying and all of that, that doesn't serve me anymore. It just maintains me in that survival mode. So we have moved from this seemingly way of thriving, or we think we've been thriving, but we now know that that hasn't been sustainable. Now, for many of us, we've dropped down into this surviving or barely surviving. One thing I've learnt is if I keep going on in this surviving mode, I get burnt out. So if you're feeling burnt out, if you're feeling exhausted, and that's for even of us who are in this well-being field, if we're feeling burnt out by giving so much of ourselves, then maybe it is a time to step back into, and that's what I offer, bear medicine, which is going inside your cave of introspection. Because in that going inwards and just taking some time out, then in that space we can start to have some time out. In that cave, not allowing the noise to come in, and just stopping, gathering ourselves up, taking some time out. Now, the thing that I found has been really useful for me is when it's all going on in the head, sometimes it can be hard to work it out yourself. The biggest challenge I had was reaching out, because I saw it as a failing or a wrongness about it. Like, I've got the tools, I can work it out myself. Yeah, it kind of worked. But the most benefit I've had is reaching out and having mentors and coaches, people that are not telling me what to do, but are supporting me on my journey. So I am feeling it again. We're not even feeling it again. I'm entering into this new expression. Wow, my life is changing. I have so much more energy. I'm getting up again at 2-3 o'clock in the morning and having my introspection, my meditative or mindfulness time. So I'm really offering that to you as well. So that's the idea of having these check-ins with you, having a chat, offering a perspective, a reflection back to you, maybe some guidance. So if that resonates with you, then this is a call to action to you. Instead of staying in this survival mode, I'm reaching out to you. No hooks, no obligation, just to offer me and what I've learnt over the last 40 years. Then after that, if that feels good for you, then hey, it may not be with me, it could be with somebody else. But if I can just help you to ignite that spark, plant that seed once again, and help you, then wow, that fills me up, because it's important to me to make a difference, a change in the world. I am becoming the change that I would like to see in the world, and I'm offering that to you. Short video this time, so if that resonates with you, then please DM me and let's have a chat, eh? Much love. Catch ya.